All right, hey, y'all, it's Andrea from Andrea Speaks TV, and I'm back to bring you some more news and commentary you can use. Listen, y'all, this is some midday news. First of all, happy Monday to you. I hope that you're doing well. I hope your family is doing well. And as always, thank you for supporting the channel. Listen, y'all, I found out about this story last night, and I said, you know what? I wanted to come on and let you all know what was going on. You've heard me talk before, and you've seen my videos where I covered what's happening in East Palestine, Ohio. Very terrible. Really can't even put it into words just how terrible that situation is and what the people there are going through. But I wanted to give you an update on what's happening there, as well as explain why you and I need to be stocking up on water as much as possible, and not only stocking up on water, but also making sure that we have a way to purify, filter our water. Okay. Listen to this story, y'all. This is actually coming out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Okay. And the article says that Cincinnati is actually going to close. Hold on just a minute, y'all. Let me sneeze. I got a sinus thing going on. It's a change in weather, but I'm going to be all right, y'all. Okay. Cincinnati. Okay. The article says Cincinnati is going to close its Ohio River intake to prevent any contamination from the train derailment. Okay, so in my videos where I've been talking about East Palestine, Ohio, you all know that I was telling you, even though it happened in that particular community, in that particular town, city, it potentially could affect many miles, many areas over the United States. And the reason why I said that is because when you look at the different river sources, and how they flow into other, how rivers flow into other streams, lakes, a lot of these water sources are connected. Now, I'm in the South. I don't know where you're located, but you may want to look into not only what's happening in your local community, what they're saying, what steps they're taking regarding the water there, but you may also want to see and do your own research and find out, okay, well, even though I'm located in this particular state, I'm in Georgia, but you may want to, do your research and say, okay, even though I'm located in this particular state, where does my community, where does our state, where is the water source? Where does the water come from that's provided to my state? Okay. I can't tell you what to do, but I encourage you to do your own research. Listen, y'all, Cincinnati, okay. The Greater Cincinnati Water Works officials are continuing to monitor the chemical contaminants traveling down the Ohio River following the train derailment in East Palestine. Okay. Waterworks officials said out of an abundance of caution, they will be shutting off the Ohio River intake ahead of the anticipated arrival of the last detectable chemical concentration in the river. Okay. So, I even talked about this in my initial coverage of what was happening, what is still very much happening in East Palestine, Ohio. I've heard some people say East Palestine, Ohio, right? But again, this thing is traveling. Okay, this, these chemicals are traveling to other areas. Okay, and, I even told you all that, it was a possibility that this could very well happen, and how you and I at the time, even now, we need to be stocking up on water as much as possible. According to the GCWW, which again, that's the abbreviation for the Greater Cincinnati Waterworks, the latest modeling indicates that any chemicals remaining in the Ohio River will likely pass through the Cincinnati area early on Sunday, February 19th. Okay, now that was yesterday. While the water intake is shut off, the GCWW will temporarily switch to water reserves. Okay, so they're going to be pulling from their water reserves. Now, also in my initial coverage, I told you all, based on the information I was reading, that some areas, some communities, within that particular area of East Palestine, Ohio, and in so many mile radius, it may come a point, even in your community, even if you're in a whole, different part of the country, different state. I told you back then, right, in my initial coverage, last week or the week before, I was telling you that it may come a time where your local community, okay, yes, we talk about situations that happen on a national level and on a global level. But this is where you and I need to think about, or you and I need to think about our own local community. Okay, I even share with you that there may very well come a time when your local community says, hey, wait a minute, we've gotten some information. It's supposed to, this chemical, this flow of chemicals, contamination is supposed to be coming to our area. We're going to shut off the water sources. Okay, a lot of times when that happens, a lot of people switch to bottled water. This community is saying they're going to switch to water reserves. But again, when they do that, they're taking from water from one area. And if people are going out buying bottled water, that could create a shortage in that area, which will in turn affect the availability, the supply of water in your area. They may even place limits on water. Okay, let's not act like we don't know, or we haven't never seen water limits being placed on how much water you can buy. You all remember last year and the year before that, I showed you all, I went live in several different stores, particularly in Sam's, and I showed you all during the pandemic, they put limits on water, like limit 2 cases per family or per customer, right? These things could very well come back in this particular situation. Ohio Governor Mike DeWine, you've heard me mention him in my initial coverage, said they are continuing to monitor the Ohio River, saying Friday that sampling has shown the chemical plume. Okay, this is what I'm talking about, y'all. The chemical plume has completely dissipated. Now, this is what they're saying. And they are no longer getting any reading of contaminants. Now, do you trust that? I'm not in that area. I don't trust that information. And if you do your own research, y'all, if you do your own research, you'll find that not many people in the East Palestine community trust it as well. They're very skeptical, and they have every right to be. Okay. Now, the Ohio Governor DeWine said that water test results show municipal water in East Palestine is safe to drink. Come on, y'all. Following a train derailment and chemical spill. Following the test results, the Ohio EPA, Environmental Protection Agency, said they are confident that the municipal water is safe to drink. Now, they're saying that, but I wonder, are they actually drinking it? I don't know how do y'all feel about this? Please share your feedback. Here's a quote by the city manager, Cheryl Long, who said in a statement, our city, and I quote, our city administration is prepared for these type of events. I understand the concern, and I'm confident that temporarily shutting off the Ohio River intake is the best move. Okay, so they're saying, okay, look at this, y'all. Now, isn't this ironic? They're saying that the water is safe to drink, yet they're shutting off the intake, and they're going to switch to water reserves. Now, how does that, y'all help me make it make sense, right? They did also say that the water reserve, the GCWW official said the water reserves are free from contaminants from the train derailment. As water reserves are being used, GCWW said they will be monitoring Ohio River to determine when it is safe to reactivate the intake. Again, they just said the water was safe. Okay, or maybe they were saying, yeah, they're saying that the water is safe, but they're going to switch to reserves out of caution. Y'all make it make sense. Sound like it's still unsafe, right? Are the people who are saying this and saying, oh, it's safe to drink, are they actually drinking the water? Or are they saying it because they want other people to drink the water? What are these officials actually doing? Are they there on the ground? Or are they somewhere behind a desk or in another area making decisions saying, yeah, it's safe to drink, but they're not actually drinking it? All right, listen, y'all. Thank you so much. Make sure if you find this video to be helpful that you like this video. Leave your comments. Let me know what you think of this. And even if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I would like to invite you to subscribe, okay? And join our community. Listen, okay, here's a quote by the mayor who said, we are taking this preventive step to ensure the health, safety, and confidence of residents. The Mayor Aftab Purveil said in a statement, and I quote, our entire community has East Palestine in our thoughts, and in coordination with the Ohio EPA and the Sanitation Commission, we will continue to support the best recovery possible. Okay. The person also went on to say, I am proud of the swift action of Waterworks and City Manager Long in stepping up to protect our families. Okay. The GCWW also made a statement saying, and I quote, we continue to monitor the situation closely and stand ready to protect the quality of our drinking water. Ensuring a clean and safe water supply to customers is our top priority. Okay. The GCWW, the article says, has been working with the Ohio EPA, the Ohio River Valley Water Sanitation Commission, and neighboring water utilities, okay, neighboring communities. Think about it, y'all. along the river to collect samples and perform additional analysis to assess any potential threat to our drinking water. Okay, the GCWW officials said they have tested more than 130 water samples at the Ohio River water intake, and no detectable levels of the chemicals from the derailment site have been found. Okay, Northern Kentucky Water District made the same decision last week to close Ohio River intake out of precaution. Okay, again, y'all, let's think about this. This is happening in the Ohio, Kentucky area. I'm located here in Georgia. I don't know where you are, but again, tap into your news in your local community, your state. Find out if there what measures, if any, that they're taking out of caution. Again, y'all, a lot of these waterways are connected, and I encourage you to do your research. Okay, yes, I appreciate you watching the channel and supporting the channel so much, but this type of information, y'all, to really be effective and to really, help us all support ourselves and our family, our loved ones, it's going to take research on the local level. Okay, so find out what's happening in your local community. Find out, ways to, find out, what I'm trying to say is find out where your water comes from. Get bottled water. I don't know if you can see in my back seat, but I have a case of water. I have water up here on front, and I have another water, actually right up under there. I have two waters stacked on top of each other, and I'm going to be getting more, y'all. It doesn't look like it's a concern right now, but we don't know to the extent of how this thing is going to be. Not only thinking about water, but what about food? Okay, I did my own little research. Okay, I dug deeper. I found out that in the community of East Palestine, Ohio, a lot of people farm. A lot of people go to the market. They're selling. It's a very small community, right? And these people's lives have just been flipped upside down. What are they going to do about their home? What happens to their home values? Even right now, some people, due to their circumstances, they were not able to leave, or either they left, they were able to evacuate, but then when it was clear for them to come home, they've been home ever since. People are reporting, rashes and feeling sick and problems with their health. This is just a terrible, terrible situation, y'all. At first, the government was saying, because this wasn't, or FEMA, to be more specific, was saying that because this was not a natural disaster, okay, they send aid, natural disasters like tornadoes, hurricanes, floods, things like that. They were saying because this was not a natural disaster, they were not going to provide any federal aid to the community of East Palestine, Ohio. But then again, I'm assuming because of so much uproar, public outcry, now, okay, I'm getting reports that they're going to, offer some type of assistance. Y'all, we all need to be paying attention to what is happening to these people in East Palestine, Ohio, okay? In the past, it has been said that, the government, and, a lot of times there's research and there's evidence to back these situations up. But a lot of times it has been said that, think about Hurricane Katrina. It was said that, because there were so many black communities in the area, that it seemed like the government was slow to offer aid. And a lot of people said, it was like a racial thing because of that. But I want you to do your research and look and see who is the majority people in East Palestine, Ohio. Okay. I don't think we can really say this situation here is about color. Okay. I think, so what I'm saying is, I think that we all need to get to a point where we realize that, our government in many cases, okay, no matter who you are, no matter your race, your skin color, your ethnicity, whatever you want to refer to it as, I want people to realize that, hey, in many cases, it seems like you're on your own. And this is where we need to be as, this is just my opinion, but, based on my research and what I've learned over these past, 2-3 years, it really seems like the more self-reliant, self-sufficient you are, the better off you'll be. And on the flip side of that, it seems like the more dependent you are on them, the worse off that you could be. I was actually at a grocery store earlier today, and there was an older gentleman and myself. We were both waiting in the area to get some bell peppers, and he had made the comment. He was like, these are so much larger than they normally are. And I was like, yeah, and they don't even have organic today. They didn't even have organic bell peppers. And I said, I normally grow, I've started to grow my own, But of course, right now, it's not the planting season. It's coming up next month and towards April, but I don't have any bell peppers right now. And he was saying, I don't see with these prices and everything. Well, he had made the comment about, being able to save a penny or two by growing your own. But he said, well, basically right now it's like you're saving dollars because of inflation. And then he went on to, now this man doesn't know me at all, right? We happen to be in the same area. He was an older gentleman, and he was waiting on me to pick what I needed, so that it could be his turn. And he was saying, he made this comment. I was like, wow, he doesn't even know me at all. But he said this. He made the comment. He was like, you know what? I just don't see how people with a lower income, can really afford a lot of the prices. And then he went on to explain that, he's not someone that's wealthy. He makes a decent living, he said, but he was just basically like, he don't see how people can really afford. And I would even say, hey, not necessarily people on a lower income, but all of us are, I feel like all of us are, have seen this has hit our pockets. And for how much longer is this going to happen is my question. Now I will say this, y'all, I didn't get to film when I was there because there was a lot of people there, but one of the items that I have seen the price come down is a head of romaine lettuce. It had gotten to the point, I think I've shared it here on the videos in the channel, it had gotten to a point where a head of romaine lettuce was like $7.99, right? But I saw it today, okay, and I'm talking about organic, right? Today it was $1.99, and I said, wow, that price has definitely gone down. But then they had a sign, I think I shared it here as well on the channel. They had a sign saying, due to the severe weather, that, the crops, the lettuce crops in California have been impacted. So I'm assuming that has gotten better because now they're able to sell lettuce for $1.99 romaine lettuce, one head of romaine lettuce for $1.99. Okay. You can buy a pack of seeds, and I have some. You can buy a pack of seeds for a little less than $3 organic and grow your own and have several heads of lettuce. Okay. So, we got to think about different ways to get food, prepare food, store food, preserve food, growing our own food. I'm going to be honest with you all. Can I have an honest moment? There was a moment when I asked myself, should I even plant a garden this year? Because of what happened in East Palestine. Think about the people who had home gardens, right? The people who had home gardens. They're not going to eat that food because of what has happened. And I'm not saying that I anticipate anything happening like that in my area, because I pray no harm, hurt, harm, danger, come in my community, my home, my community, anywhere around, near where I am. But it kind of make you wonder, like, you don't know, because there have been reports of possibility of acid rain, the chemicals rising and traveling. It's really something to think about. But that is an honest moment I have. Should I even plant an outside garden? Should I be focusing on growing inside? Like, and that is something that can be done, by the way. They do make grow lights and things like that. I am aware of that, but it just makes you wonder. And again, this is why you can't have all your eggs in one basket. You have food outside, have some food inside, canned food, frozen food, all different kind of things, right? It's a lot that we can learn from what's happening in East Palestine. So I'll keep you all updated. Make sure, today is Monday, right? Monday, February 20th. Make sure that you are on tonight's live stream. I will be live at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight here on the channel. Let me know in the comments what topics we should cover. And I want to say thank you again for your support, okay? I appreciate you all. Be blessed. Stay safe. Take care. And I'll see you on tonight's live.